I've accomplished a lot of my career goals, but when I became a mom, I was like, oh, I did it. Like, I made it. Like, this is the only one true goal I really wanted in life. I've been working on a full album after I had a baby, so we've had more life experiences. We're more emotional, and we love it. And like going to therapy every Wednesday has been very great for me. And my first song we released is called "Bad for Me." It's about toxic relationships that sometimes could be in your family, based off a true story. So that was very vulnerable, and I didn't know it would be the first song we put out. But after that, we have a lot of upbeat doo-wop, kind of like the first album. I call it Title 2.0, and it's called Takin It Back because we're taking it back to that old school feel, but it's still yummy pop, and it's a party.
I kind of love, though, that you put out Bad for Me first.
Yeah.
It's like really powerful, and it's really beautiful, and I think it's something that unfortunately a lot of people can relate to, and I commend you for sharing that vulnerability and putting it out there. And also, you and Teddy Swims collaborating together it's like chef's kiss. How did that collaboration come to be?
I was just a huge fan of Teddy Swims. I was a super fan. And I like DM'd him and I told the songwriters that night, my husband was like, is this your Teddy Swims song? And I was like, this is my Teddy Swims song. And I told the songwriters and they're like, we're actually friends with him. And I was like, this is destiny. And he came over my house and is the sweetest human being there ever was. And he sang so perfect, took like 2 takes. I was like, done. And he's just been my new best friend in this whole experience. Like, putting out music is scary, but having someone like him with me has made it so fun. And I posted about it on my TikTok and realized, like, I looked at my husband, I was like, a lot of people are sad. A lot of people like relate to this, and a lot of people need this. Like, it's doing good because it's helping me not feel alone, but it's also helping them not feel alone. So it is an important one.
And something else that I love is you shared that this LP is about you taking your power back and also taking your confidence back, which I think is so inspiring. And I'd love to hear more about why that's so important to you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had a baby. My body went through a lot, and it was like the beginning of COVID. I gained my COVID-15 and I was not feeling hot. And then I got pregnant on top of it, had like kind of a difficult pregnancy, had just gestational diabetes and was checking my blood all the time. And then the baby, I had a C-section, you know, I was like, well, this is a little different. Just like all the stretch marks with the C-section scar across it. I was like, I was already struggling to love my body, and this is like a whole new thing. But with my therapist, she gave me a fun lesson, which is to go into the mirror and stare at your body for 5 minutes, like no clothes. And the first day was tough. And by the 5th day, I was like, well, I like that, you know? So I think with this album, I was talking a lot about that. Like, there's a song, Remind Me, that's like, to my husband, like, I need you to remind me that I love myself and that I look gorgeous and beautiful because I don't feel it right now. And it took me a while to bounce back, not with my body, but with my emotions and with my confidence. But now we're here. We're healthier than ever. I've never felt prettier. And I'm just going to keep up this lifestyle.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I love to hear. I also love that you are so open about the fact that you go to therapy. Me too. I think it's so good to be able to talk about it openly. I want to talk about you going back to doo-wop, okay? This is a very exciting musical choice. Is this something you've been thinking about doing for a little while?
Yeah, as a songwriter, it was tough because I could write different genres, and I loved like early Rihanna pop, and I was like, I want to do that. And I love like Miley Cyrus. I just could have done everything. And my first album, I was really in that doo-wop world, and I felt stuck there. And I was like, I'm not just like a doo-wop girl, like I could do everything. So for my albums after that, I tried to show that. And then for this album, I was like, okay, I've gone so far into the pop world, like I can reel it in and do what my fans really love too. And doing that, I was like, oh, I'm great at this doo-wop stuff. And it's fun, and I get it. I get why it was awesome back then, too.
You know what's pretty cool about this upcoming album, too, is this is the first time we get to see Meghan the mom in music. How has being a mom influenced the writing process, the recording process? Because I imagine it kind of shakes up a lot.
As a songwriter, I used to be like melody first and like make the beat first. And now I've been going in with concept first. Like, I'll go in and be like, I want to write about how I make this look easy and I'm fooling all of you, you know? Like, I cry at night and everyone thinks that I'm like this brave, confident hero. I'm like, we're going to talk about that in a song called Superwoman and how I feel like I'm flying in the rain. It's great. Songwriting is at a new level, and I think it's because I'm older, more mature, and have been through more things. And having a baby is just like the biggest motivation to be the best version of myself.
Oh my gosh. Also, can I just tell you, Riley is so cute, Meghan. Like, I can't get enough of the little moments that you share with your fans on social media, especially, you know, getting his little glasses just melted my heart, which is so beautiful. And look, at this point in your life, you've accomplished so much, so many accolades with your music career, and now you're a mom. And when you kind of step back, what does being a mom mean to you?
I've accomplished a lot of my career goals, but when I became a mom, I was like, oh, I did it. Like, I made it. Like, this is the only one true goal I really wanted in life. And like, don't make me cry this early. Yeah, I was like, I finally have like won at life, you know? And now I want 3 more babies.
So, you know, obviously this album's going to be coming out later this year, which kind of begs the question, are you looking forward to going back on tour, and will little cutie patootie Riley be by your side?
Oh yeah, I had a talk with my managers yesterday of like, hey, so I saw Maren Morris has a tour bus with a crib in it. We're going to need that. Like, we're going to need that bus. And they were like, you know what, we have a lot of parents who are on tour that have like kid buses, and we'll get one of those. And I was like, let's do it. So we're definitely going to tour. My son is going to travel the world. I'm so excited for him. I think tour is going to finally be like extra fun because I'll experience it through his eyes, you know?
Man, it's going to be so, so good. We can't wait for you to come to Canada. So look, I mean, at this point, music, check. Motherhood, check. Podcast host, check. You've also hosted TV shows. I mean, what is left on your bucket list?
God, I need you to be my alarm clock every day. This is so nice. I want to write a book about pregnancy eventually, and I want to write music for an animated film, you know? That's a really big goal of mine.
I imagine you're watching a lot of animated films currently. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, tell you what, yes. I watch Encanto every single day, and he loves it. And I'm like, okay, I will write a whole album for a movie like this someday. That's my bucket list.
Amazing. And lastly, it's been 8 years since you first put out an album, and now here we are. Your life has just completely changed in the most beautiful of ways. But when you look back, how do you sum up the last 8 years?
A dream, or like a movie. I always tell people it's like I'm watching the best movie ever, and I'm in the front row. I'm right up close into this, you know? Like, for all of us, we're still, my mom is still like, how is my baby girl a pop star? Like, and everything we do is a pinch me moment. So, a dream or a movie.
Man, Meghan, you are such an inspiration. It's always such a treat getting to connect with you. Congrats on all of the things. And I can't wait for this album to drop later this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I love you. This is my favorite interview ever.
Thanks for watching Etalk. Make sure you hit subscribe for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news. And while you're here, why not watch another video? I know you want to.